what you are watching with Wemby. He's Kevin Durant, but much more dominant defensively. He's AD, but with much more length and size. He is Wilt Chamberlain with a jumper. This is the future of the league.
Set to tip off. San Antonio is back on top once again. The Spurs are the 2014 NBA champions. The best team in the NBA resides once again in San Antonio, Texas.
With the 30th pick in the 2014 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Kyle Anderson from UCLA.
It was great. I feel fresh, feel like I'm rested, and did a lot of stuff in France last couple of weeks, with my foundation and my team over there. But now I'm back here and focused, with the Spurs and try to repeat.
I can't think of one real reason why San Antonio can't repeat as NBA champions. They got a little bit older. No doubt the Spurs are not going to be a juggernaut in the regular season, but as long as they're healthy going into the playoffs, this team likely will be and should be considered the team to beat.
Tim Duncan. Time.
That's good.
Yes! Oh my goodness! I don't believe it! Timmy ties the ball game!
Just coming here gave me a championship mindset, and they just allowed me to play defense first. I was able to, come out and show my ability that I could do on the floor each and every night.
Gianna inbound, now they got Jordan in front of him. Inside, Leonard knocked away. Barnes! The defending champions have fallen! And the Clippers have ripped the heart out of the Spurs!
I felt pretty good health-wise. I feel like I was still able to play, not on the level I want to, but still be able to play and effectively help the team. And then just peak, feeling good about myself. Yeah, I'm back in. I can do it another year or two.
The Spurs will sign Aldridge to a 4-year deal worth over $80 million. Aldridge had spent his entire 9-year career with the Portland Trail Blazers before switching to the Spurs. Last season, he averaged a career-high 23.4 points per game, along with 10.2 rebounds.
Kawhi Leonard looks like he's in San Antonio for the long haul. The restricted free agent has reportedly reached a contract agreement with the Spurs. Max deal is for 5 years, $90 million. The 24-year-old has quickly turned into one of the best two-way players in the NBA.
Chance to win, a chance to be a part of, really to come here and learn, in my mind, what to play for, why to keep playing. This was really the only spot that made sense.
The Spurs are capable of winning a championship every year. I mean, how crazy is it for Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, that at the end of their careers, to say that every season I went to training camp, I had a chance to win the championship.
You have no clue how the Spurs are going to beat you. You just know that it's going to be collectively, and somehow, some way, somebody's going to hit you. But you don't know where the blows are coming from. That's what the Spurs do. Plus, they clamp down.
Aaron Gordon guards him. Kawhi goes to work, rises for the win. Oh, baby. Oh, Kawhi Leonard. The K stands for cold-blooded.
Just playing my hardest basketball, being focused on the defensive end, they give me the confidence to pressure my man, and just having that confidence, want to strive harder and just be the best basketball player I could be.
He wins with grace, he loses with class. The Spurs the same way, always giving credit to the opponent when he's been defeated. What a spectacular turnaround, perhaps for the final time of his illustrious career.
With the 29th pick in the 2016 NBA draft, the San Antonio Spurs select DeJounte Murray from the University of Washington.
It is the end of an era for the San Antonio Spurs. The team's franchise player and all-star center, Tim Duncan, is retiring after 19 seasons. Duncan, nicknamed Big Fundamental, had one of the best careers of any pro baller.
To me, I take it as an incredible opportunity to be a part of the Spurs family, try to contribute with my talents to this incredible team already, and see how far we can go. That's kind of the plan.
It starts with me in LA first. If we won a championship, this is going to be up to us to lead the group. Our mindset is focused on winning, getting better at each step. Definitely are a competitive group. Just taking the approach of being a leader, like I said.
Leonard raises up. Leonard with the bomb! Ridiculous! Wow! Come off and shoot it. Harden. Blocked by Leonard. Nene. Blocked by Aldridge. Spurs basketball!
for many, many years. I don't know whether his career is over or not, but just in case it is, this is one of those days to feel real bad because a great, great player and a great champion like himself is not going to be with us for the rest of these playoffs.
We saw Kawhi continue to play, and he clearly wasn't himself. They know they have a Game 7. They know that the team is still going to go out and be competitive. They won't beat the Houston Rockets without him in uniform, but man, it's going to be terrific to have a Game 7.
These are the Golden State Warriors. They defend the perimeter, they defend the interior, and they score in bunches. They're explosive. They will run the Spurs out of the building without Kawhi Leonard. It's not going to work. Kawhi Leonard is going to have to be ready.
Leonard fires from the corner. And Leonard goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench. An ankle taking a pounding here in the third quarter, one that was already sore.
They've been the best team in the West for the last few years, and they proved it again. So guys came out and they competed. They had a good game plan, for the guys that we had out there. We just came out and, did everything that we could do.
And with the 29th pick in the 2017 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Derek White from the University of Colorado.
Especially at that mid-level exception, to get him at that price for San Antonio, he's coming off an Achilles injury. R.C. Buford, the Spurs general manager, how thrilled he and Greg Popovich were to get him.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he is going to stick around in San Antonio for a little while. We've just got the reports that the Spurs have reached a deal on a contract extension that's going to keep LA here for the next 4 years.
For me, I just set a goal so that I could put 100% effort into the season. By doing that, I just set a goal of winning the ultimate prize. It's just me trying to put in a drive and energy for my team that game.
We know what happened to him last year, and a lot of his injuries are sort of connected, right? Like if you have something wrong with your quad, it can spread throughout your body. And I think the Spurs we've known them, right? Like this is what the Spurs do.
This is awful. Out indefinitely now as he continues to recover from quad injury that has sidelined him basically all season. He's missed 27 games so far. Coach Pop said that the injury hasn't responded the way we wanted it to.
Kawhi's relationship with the San Antonio Spurs is not as great as it could be. Kawhi Leonard is of the mindset that from a medical perspective, he could be treated better. They've mishandled his injury.
The players were essentially reaching out to Leonard to say, we want to help you, we want to be here for you. And the message they got back essentially was, I've got good reason for not playing, and this continues on. They're getting to a point of no return here on this season.
It's set on fire. Yeah. It's blazing. He napalmed it. Burning. He did. He blew it up. And he should have blown it up. Because he shouldn't have. This is not the guy that you bet on, that you build around. I'm sorry, he just quit on this team, and I don't get it.
LaMarcus has been the monster all year long. He doesn't complain about a darn thing out on the court. He just plays through everything. I can't imagine being more proud of a player as far as playing through adversity and being there for his teammates night after night after night.
Not surprised. Well, we speculated about this, that relationship was irreparable in terms of how it played out over the course of the season. And it's probably going to be best for both teams, teams being the Kawhi Leonard team and the Spurs to move in different directions.
With the 18th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Lonnie Walker IV from the University of Miami.
You're here in Memphis now. Any kind of comparisons, contrasts that you can make from your time in San Antonio to
it's just two different organizations. That was my time in the past.
We're going to have to wait probably a year or so to really know if there's a winner or loser here, because this is one of the more bizarre star trades I've seen, because we don't know about Kawhi Leonard's health. Is he going to be the same player he was 2 years ago?
Tony Parker leaving the Spurs. He is heading to Charlotte. The news broke this afternoon that Parker will sign a 2-year, $10 million deal to play for the Hornets. He's going to have a major role with that ball club. He'll play backup to Kemba Walker.
16 seasons in here is completely unexpected, and going through everything I went, big disappointments, huge wins, creating that type of union. It's been an amazing journey, as I said it.
Well, a new era in San Antonio Spurs basketball is here. That future seems uncertain. DeJounte Murray, Spurs point guard of the future, suffered a serious injury against the Rockets yesterday, days after rookie Lonnie Walker injured his knee.
NBA analysts and fans alike have been hounding the Spurs if this is finally the season San Antonio fails to make the playoffs. I understand that if Pop decided to rebuild and grab picks, and it's odd to me that ESPN pegged the Spurs 10th in the West with less than 40 wins.
The San Antonio Spurs and center Paul Gasol have agreed to part ways. The Spurs will buy out Gasol's contract, which allows the former All-Star to be eligible for the playoffs with his next team, which may be the Milwaukee Bucks.
Rudy Gay with an offensive rebound. DeRozan spins, 360! Oh, hit him with the sauce! DeMar!
But look at this spin by DeMar DeRozan. How does he even get that off?
It was more aggressive second half. Not settling so much for jump shots. I think that's what killed us. We couldn't make a shot. That kind of hurt us. But we fought the fight that we had the second half. I think we have a better chance of winning.
With the 29th pick in the 2019 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Keldon Johnson from the University of Kentucky.
R.C. Buford's 17-year tenure as general manager is coming to a close as he will reportedly take an elevated position within Spurs Sports and Entertainment. Assistant GM Brian Wright looks like he will take over as the new general manager.
Obviously I want to be here for as long as I can. Those are things I can't control. What I can control is getting better, learning, and just being a great person and being DeJounte Murray. So if it happens, it happens. It doesn't, it doesn't. My main goal is to help this team win, get to the playoffs, and do big things.
The organization could very well do next to nothing or completely transform the roster. I would be absolutely shocked if the core three of DeJounte Murray, Derek White, and Lonnie Walker are traded. As the Spurs transition into a new era, this is your foundation.
You just saw the San Antonio Spurs, who knew going in they were knocked out of playoff contention, which ends a streak of 22 straight years of making the playoffs in the NBA.
What's important is the moment. You do what you got to do, then you move on. But looking at the past doesn't do much good. Any success we've had has been because we've had some great players. For streaks or whatever the hell you're talking about ended, I could care less about that. I'm thrilled at the way they played here.
With the 11th pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, San Antonio Spurs select Devin Vassell from Florida State University.
The raw talent. Those guys just go out there and play for nothing but heart. Just my confidence comes from, once they understand and get a better feeling in their game, they're going to be that much better and exciting to help. Seeing their development is extremely exciting for me.
Look, LA's had some tough breaks this year. He's been hurt. He hasn't been around as much. He hasn't been his old self. He hasn't really been able to get into any kind of rhythm this year. The Spurs, they're going to give LA a chance to play for a contender.
4 seconds left. Murray loses the basketball, fires it up. Oh, it's good. Count it. We are tied and going to overtime in San Antonio.
We never laid down. The amount of obstacles we had to go through playing. We never gave up when our backs was against the wall. We always continuously found a way to try to fight. Give credit to all those guys, especially the young guys, who went out there and just fought.
With the 12th pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Joshua Primo from Toronto and the University of Alabama.
Yeah, it's definitely different, being a part of an organization for so long, it's a new chapter, it's a new start, and one that I'm thoroughly excited for.
The Chicago Bulls finalizing an agreement with four-time All-Star DeMar DeRozan on a 3-year, $85 million contract. Now, DeRozan averaged just over 21.5 points per game this past season with the Spurs.
I'm thrilled with this group. They're basically young, energetic. There's no need to pace yourself. Nobody's going to play 39 minutes a game. We're not worried about stats, individual honors, or anything like that. These guys are just going to have a ball playing.
I do think they improved their team. Derek White's a very good player. He's an excellent defensive player, can defend multiple positions. And where they gain something, guys, is in playmaking. Derek White's averaging close to 6 assists per game.
It's just a testament to a whole lot of people. Something like this does not belong to one individual. Basketball is a team sport. All of us share in this record. It's not mine. It's ours. Everything was better back in the day. Eubanks! Oh my goodness! Speaking of, leaving it to Beaver!
Oh, got to make sure that pass gets through. And Drew Eubanks.
We're playing for the playoffs without a doubt. Nobody's here to lose, from coaches, players. Everybody want to win. When we lose, people are down. When we win, we feel the excitement in the room from everybody. So we're playing for the playoffs. I think Spurs basketball is playing in the playoffs. It was a hell of a group, a young group that grew each and every day. We got better and better, as individuals and as a team, just as an individual for me. No playoffs, so it's a fail for me.
With the 9th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sohan from Milton Keynes, England, and Baylor University.
DeJounte Murray traded away to Atlanta. The Spurs' best player now headed out of town.
We didn't think the Spurs would actually do it, but alas, the 25-year-old All-Star off to Atlanta for 3 future first-round picks.
The 12th overall pick in the 2021 NBA Draft was dropped from the team. This comes after a troubling report stating Primo had exposed himself to multiple women, including a former Spurs employee.
Nobody here should go to Vegas with the thought of betting on us to win the championship. And I know somebody will say, gosh, what a Debbie Downer. There's a chance. What if they work really hard? It's probably not going to happen.
The San Antonio Spurs game with Toronto last night. The Raptors made a deal to acquire Spurs center Jakob Poeltl. That's in exchange for Raptors center Khem Birch, plus a protected 2024 first-round draft pick and 2 future second-round picks.
Going forward, we'll have to, pick the ones that we think we want to move forward with that can have Spur careers. We'll add a draft pick like you do every year. Look to see what else we can do to keep progressing to get back to the stage we were in before.
The second pick will be made by the Charlotte Hornets. And that means that the number 1 pick in the 2023 NBA Draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
With the first pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Victor Wembanyama from Nanterre, France.
The 5-time champion has coached San Antonio since 1996. He's the all-time leader in coaching wins. The new deal aligns Pop with the newly number 1 overall pick, Victor Wembanyama, through his rookie contract.
Victor Wembanyama is, as he said with tears in his eyes, a San Antonio Spurs. He's faced so much criticism already. He has faced so many high expectations already. Words like champion, MVP, Hall of Fame, and he hasn't even played a game in the NBA yet.
Wembanyama just put in his 10th, 12 for Middleton. Wembanyama, goes back and puts it down! Are you kidding me? Come on.
What you are watching with Wemby, he's Kevin Durant, but much more dominant defensively. He's AD, but with much more length and size. He is Wilt Chamberlain with a jumper. This is the future of the league.
My goals were always to help my team as best as I could. In order to do this, I had to be individually good on the court, and dominant. So it's always been really important, and I'm glad it's finally official.
The Spurs can't treat this a long-term rebuild. They've got to move quickly in putting a real team around him. This is a player who going to win multiple MVPs, and the Defensive Player of the Year award will be retired in his name.